Okay, so someone asked on how to have an idle animation for the player or anything, and then when you go right or left to have a different animation. So I've just made a quick script here that does this. You can see the player moving right and left, and it can move other way, up or down, right or left. So let me just open up and see how this works. The script is actually very simple. It's let's see where it is located. So this is the animator mover. Let me open it up. You can see the new script I added just basically sets a float for the animators, the X direction and the Y direction from the mover. So you only need a mover and an animator. Yes, just to show that's a simple script that you can maybe modify or make your own. So you just add an animator mover. It's called animator mover, or also located from Shmup boss, movers, components, animator mover. I've just added it over here, and you need to reference two things for it. First, the mover. Let me open it up. So for example, this is your player, and it has you add to it an animator mover script. You reference the player mover, which is this one, or if you are using an enemy, you reference whatever enemy mover you have, and you reference the sprite. This is the sprite over here, and it has an animator. I'll explain the animator in one moment. Just to recap, you have animator mover and you have animator, and inside this animator will show you the controller and what it does. So I have one sideways and one vertical and one four ways. So the sideways, you see here, it has it starts with the idle animation. So when the player or agent moves, it has an idle animation. Then it has going to the right and going to the left. This one references right animation, and left animation, the one you saw, the arrow moving. And you have a transition, and it's based on these parameters. Once the mover direction goes over 0.1, it will play this animation, and once it goes down, it will go back to idle, and same thing with the right and left. And same thing for the vertical. Instead of it goes up and down. And I added just one quick one here. It's four ways, but it's not properly set up, because basically when you do this, you have to set up priorities. You know, to know how to find how your ways with the animator controllers. You can see the Unity tutorials about it. I just wanted to demonstrate a simple thing. So you have this animator, which is over here. I'm using now sideways. Let me play. So basically it starts in idle. When X is greater than 0.1, which is the current direction, it will play the blue right animation, this one. And let me show you the sprite for it. This sprite, you can see the animated sprite. Let me play again. So you see, now it's going to, when it goes to the right, it plays that, and it's the same thing for the enemy. And these ones, I've done the vertical, and I can change, for example, for the player from the side. I already created multiple players. I can, for example, use the vertical. So when you go up and down, it's vertical, and you have four ways. But the issue with the four ways that you need more conditions to specify which one takes priority. Is it the left and right animation, or the front and back, or maybe you could make transitions from the up to the left, depends on what you want. But basically you can see that it's a very simple script, and you can see the controller. It's very easy, even if you have no prior experience to using the Unity animation states. It's really not that complicated. You can see here you have X and you have Y, and you have the player animator just setting the float. So it's very easy to implement. If you want to make your own animations, just grab, for example, your own animator controllers. For example, duplicate them and pick your own animations instead of the ones I picked here. And that's it.